It's looking spicy.
Spicy. Spicy.
Yes. That part. It's your girl, Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. We in here. It's Thursday. It's 7 o'clock. And you know what? We got the legend, the man, the great person from Burning Man. We got Mr. Matthew Zeitoun in the building. I'm dead. I cannot. Your camera's right in front of you. Right in front of you. No, this camera.
It's this one.
This camera. Complete.
More than you'll ever know.
Oh my God, completely unhinged. But that's Mr. Matthew Zeitoun himself. So, Matt, how we feeling?
Good.
You feeling patriotic? Are you feeling patriotic? I see the scarf.
You know what? After what I experienced, I'm fucking proud to be an American.
Really?
I'm Yo, drop some fucking bombs. Drop some bombs. Yeah.
Do not destroy the microphone.
We want to rock.
Oh my
Sorry.
God. No. Came in oldly aggressive, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I love you, Rock.
I guess from the last time we had you on, so thank you, one thing, for coming on. The show is always welcome to Matt. But I always say, like, I love kind of recapping what we did and then like about to present something new. So like I think the last time we spoke, I think you were just starting out your pod, or like you already had a couple shows in and we were talking a little bit about that.
Oh yeah.
This was a long time ago.
Aww.
Yeah, so it's like growth. So before we get into the Burning Man interview, let's talk about your podcast. How's that going?
It's been good.
And what's the name of your podcast again?
Afternoon.fm.
Yeah.
Drop the bombs. Drop the fucking bombs.
I'm
sorry.
done.
I'm sorry.
I am done. So I guess for viewers that haven't seen Afternoon FM, if you want to give a quick synopsis of what that show is, like what is that about?
I interview artists and various personalities in northern New Jersey. So it's been like not necessarily on a hiatus. It's just been actually delayed a little bit because the fucking software I used to bring it on the Instagram got like a software update, and it kind of like was fucking with the intro.
Oh,
I know. Yeah, but it's been cool. Yeah, I owe like 8 episodes. It's great because it's like weird. Like it went on like a thing that I was like, I really want to do this. And like, you know, like how do I get guests and how do I do all these other extremities, to now it's like, yo, like I'm trying to like figure out dates.
Catch up.
To be able to like fit people in to do it. And I'm like, all right, word. But it's wonderful too, because it's like, it's really rewarding, because like when you talk to these people and like the artists are like recollecting, like I basically go through just like a bio or a story of it, and it's a give.
Yeah.
And it's the best feeling in the afternoon. Is like there's like the initial awkwardness, because most people I have never talked to in my life, you know what I mean? It's just like some, you know what I mean? But they're like, you know, you get to see how people started and you see how their project started to progress, and you see like, my favorite is like sometimes you'll get like this twinkle in people's eyes where they're there. No, I'm serious. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
A twinkle.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah. Thank you. But like they go and they have like this moment where they're recollecting like shit that they overcame. I know. All right. Yeah, they just start like steam, and then they really like, it's like a stream of consciousness, and when I get that, I know that I have a good episode. But
that's awesome.
It's been really cool. I just need to catch up a lot. I don't know, like, but it's hard with like releasing, because like I'll do like bursts where I'll release like fucking like 8 episodes in like a week, and then like be quiet for like 3 weeks. And
like,
then,
what happened?
No, I just like before. I don't know. I don't have like a weekly thing, and I don't stream them live. I like wait and like
Okay.
but it's not audio. I enjoy it because it's like you get to really bond with people and you get to really listen to people. It's like exercising, but it's like exercising and listening to somebody. Like it's not about me.
It's attentive listening.
Yeah, I enjoy that though, but it's
Yeah.
because you actually can really bond with people, which is Burns great, man. Burns great. I can't wait to get into this.
And we're gonna get into that. And just before we do, let's give some quick little shout outs because we got some people in the chat room. Shout out to First Class Second Place. Shout out to Jason Enrique. Hey, what up, Mina and Matt? We doing good. We're about to give you a bomb ass interview. Shout out to my best friend Amanda. Spicy hour with the spices. Let's go. That part. All right, so, just also other shout outs. Shout out to Bravery Studios, definitely doing their thing. Definitely check it out. They have a new podcast called Podcast of Garfield. Podcast of Garfield. It has Mr. Riggs, Mr. Rigoloso, who was actually my teacher growing up through the years. So it's so comforting to have someone that I grew up with now be part of my studio. So let's give an applaud to that. So happy. I'm here for the growth, and I'm here for like what this is gonna turn into. So I'm excited. It's like exciting things. Mercury retrograde I think is over, so I do not miss her. I'm not even gonna get into what that is because it's over and we're moving on from that.
3 shits.
I'm dead. Okay, we're not gonna talk about what that is, but you know what? I want to get
I don't
a kudos.
give 3 shits.
I want to give a kudos real quick because I feel like I never got the kudos that I deserve. How did you get the intro to your show?
Oh, actually, so fucking do the it's getting spicy thing. Yo, where did you get this sound drop from? Hold on.
Not to
deter, but it's like the Mortal Kombat guy. Yeah, like the whoopsie. Like I don't know if that's
No, that's something familiar.
Yeah, it's like the whoopsie from Mortal Kombat. This is a new one, but we're gonna. All right. I will give props to Mina Mendoza. Like as I remember. I'm gonna wait for the applause to break.
I'm done.
So, I remember when I was first starting Afternoon, and I didn't know what the hell it was. The first episode, I think, one of the memorable quotes was "Life is like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas without a memory card." Still, yeah, it's pretty damn deep. Yeah, that part. Didn't know what the hell it was. We were just like people just having conversations. Second one kind of had a little bit of a shape, but I remember I consulted with Mina, and Mina was like, "Yo, you gotta have like a dope ass like intro for it. Like, it's like and it has to come to you. You can't like write it." So
That
like
part.
yeah. And then I remember I was sitting there talking, and she was like, "What's up? It's your girl, big personality, look over the world's queen of motherfuckers, bye." And then fucking I don't know. I think the 4th episode, I inadvertently said, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Afternoon FM." And we're 60 episodes now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time I hear that, I'm like,
Drop the
kudos!
bombs.
Kudos!
Drop the fucking bombs.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm very violent.
It's
today.
all good. So we got the kudos out the way. So let's get into this Burning Man interview. So before we even like deep dive into that, just so viewers know, Burning Man is a festival that I believe has been happening since like the 1970s.
Not 1970s. It's been no.
I think so.
It's like late 80s.
You sure?
Yes, late 80s.
Late 80s?
Late
Okay.
80s.
Well, you went. You know more than me. But again, it's a festival that has been happening. It happens at Black Rock City.
Black Rock City, yes.
Which
yes,
is
every year.
I mean, you know what? You describe it because you were there.
So, Burning Man is the burner community is one. I don't even want to like sound like I'm a fucking like an authority on this shit because I'm still like a novice burner.
Okay.
And honestly, it kind of sucks because I didn't actually get to that. My only regret of this entire thing was I didn't get to see the man burn.
Okay. Okay.
I know. I didn't get to see the man burn.
Well,
it was
before
really sad.
we deep dive love into your experience, I guess just kind of stick to
this-
like what the festival is, and then we'll jump into your experience so we could tailor that more.
So, Burning Man started in like San Francisco by like basically a group of hippies. I could be very more detailed with the names, but it was a group of hippies. They were doing this thing on the beach underneath the Golden Gate Bridge, and they brought like a man. They would build like an 8-foot man, and they would burn it, and people would like gather around. It was like kind of like a bonfire.
Oh Lord Jesus is a fire.
Oh
Yes. Damn, I didn't know you had that
yeah,
one.
that's a good one.
So they would burn it, and then kept going until San Francisco stopped the man burns because it kept growing. Like, you know what I mean? There was like 20 people, and there was like 60 people.
Well, yeah,
and then,
you're
like, 100
burning
people.
a fire under a bridge. That's kind of concerning. I'm like,
so
yo.
they stopped it, but then one of the co-founders of Burning Man was like, yo, realized the importance of the man burning and the beauty. One of the most beautiful quotes I read is that the reason why we burn the man is so we can build him again. And
I love that.
It's the root like philosophy behind it is it's beautiful. It's like, because we're finite creatures, and nobody accepts that we're finite creatures.
Now, when you say finite,
Like we're all gonna die.
okay.
I don't know. Marv doesn't
So
have
we
a
come
drop
with
for
an
that one.
expiration date. So we come with an expiration date.
Yes.
Emotional damage.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all gonna fucking die. No, it's all the art and all of the things that we're making are sandcastles essentially. So it's like, you know, like we're building, and it gets more and more like, you know, it's weird. It's this energy that I can't describe, and like people understand this energy, like it's so beautiful. It's just like seeing like how all people of all cultures are all like congregating. Like, that's why I'm wearing this thing, man. I'm like, I was proud to be a fucking American. Like, at that time. No, I'm serious, because like, yo, this is the only fucking country that we could do that shit. Because like, you're seeing Ukrainians fucking hang out with Russians, Israelis, and Arabs, and fucking
That's cool.
Chinese people, and it's not just hippies and the thing. There's a lot of negative connotation, man, because it's like there are people that are out there that are like, you know, tech fucking billionaires and like all this other shit. But it's like, you know, but there's also just like people who are there for like this core culture, and it's a beautiful culture. It's like,
So it's an inclusive community.
It's not unhindered inclusiveness. Like there are a bunch of tenets that you get for it, and I didn't actually. What's weird is because before this, shout out to Neil Gazide. Neil brought me to Disorient, which is like there are regional burns. So there are like a bunch of people go, like it'll be like upstate New York, and we have like, you know, kind of the same thing where it's like people will go in and have different like art installations and like, you know, performances that's kind of like burner-esque, because it's like Burning Man creates this huge wave like every year, like where this wave exists and then it carries on, and then like, you know, there's like those little waves that like come after the big wave, like that's like, you know, Disorient and fucking Love Burn and like yeah, like those are little waves that lead up to the big wave that happens every year. And yeah, it's just it's a collection of energy, and like people it's crazy because like you think about like how much like money it goes into this thing, and it's like it only exists for a week. It's a city that only exists for a week. Like it's there, and then while it's gone, there is no like, so there are tenants that come with the community, where it's like leave no trace is one of them. And it's very like, you can't even drop water on the fucking desert. Like if you drop water, you're like shunned, like you're like disciplined. It's like and that's beautiful in a sense, because it's like you're not
the water is gonna create, because that's like a special type of sand that the water, I feel like, because even if it rains, well, I guess like not
when
to
it
lose,
rains it pours.
Exactly. Well, I've heard, and we're gonna get into that too. But just also for like, if we could stay a little bit more organized, like on how the Burning Man comes to play. So like, for example, like you mentioned how this is a festival. And you mentioned a little bit how the festival creates this temporary city, and then afterwards there's no trace of it. My curiosity is, what made you decide to join this festival? Like, what was the moment where you were like, I'm gonna commit to this?
It was
like, was this something that you had to think about? Were you just sure of your answer right away? I'm just curious.
Immediately. It was it immediately. Like,
and who did you go with again?
I went with, shout out to Alexander Kidd. Exactly. Shout out to Alexander Ambrose, Paul, Christina, Zolti, and Ashik. Yeah, man.
Sounds like a tribe.
It was.
It gives tribe vibes. Tribe
if you, the tribulations of the tribe is really where it lies.
Okay.
There was just some tribulations, my friend. That was, and I learned shit. Like it wasn't a vacation. It's not a vacation by any means. Like, you think it's gonna be like, oh, it's gonna fucking trip out in the desert, man. Yeah. It doesn't. No, it doesn't fucking happen like that. It's like. I lived in the woods for a long time. I lived in the woods for 5 years, and fucking like, this is like, it was kind of like living in the woods, but it's a different.
I'm like, where's the trees? You're not gonna get a tree.
It's an off-grid situation, and you have to, like, you know, you're like generator and this is your water supply, and this is enough supplies for you to like to exist. But like, the terrain is different. Like, there is stuff that you wake up with that's a little bit different. Like desert cough is a huge thing.
Desert cough? What do you mean?
It sucks. It's a hard place to exist.
Well, explain to us what it is.
Because there's like sandstorms and stuff, and the wind is kicking up sand, so you wake up, it's like
oh.
Yeah, it sucked. So yeah, I learned a lot about tribes. I learned a lot about like how groups work, and you learn like, the thing about Burning Man is, like, people will describe it as like a music festival, and it is a music festival. Like, it's not like, you know, Diplo's like, Diplo is like just in one random spot. Like, it is a city, and I've been trying to describe this city like all week, because it feels like it has like Vegas vibes, but it is the opposite of Vegas, because there is a decommodification of things.
Would you say it's a humbled Vegas?
Not even a humbled Vegas. I don't think it's humbled.
Is it Reno?
No. Well, no. Reno is the adjacent city, but like, there's no commodity. Like, Vegas is designed to steal your money. Like, but it has like this, like, you know, like this vibe where it's like these, like, how the lights are playing in the desert, and how it's like designed, like all these LED, and it's like a crazy overstimulation for like a week. And it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Like, a lot of people like just go too hard. There are like days where you rage, there's days where you chill, and you just like, you have to make it through, because it's a week-long thing. It's not like, we're just gonna go to Bonnaroo. You know what I mean? It's like, you're there, but it's not centered technically around music or the art. Like, you find your own individual experience while you're there, and you see how things play out, and you see, and you overcome shit. There's another one that was like, another tenet is like, is resilience. Like, you need to be resilient against any of these things. It's like radical inclusion, like leaving no trace. I'm really bad with the tenets. I'm still a novice.
It's okay.
But what's it called? But like, the tenets in itself, man, is like, I feel like nothing is, it's just beautiful the way it is. It's like, everybody is included. Like,
yeah.
Like, there's no everybody hugs.
Yeah.
Like, nobody is trying to like, there's no money exchange once you're on the playa.
So I do want to get into this in segments, because I feel like you're
I'm going
all out there.
I'm trying to like recollect.
Can you let me guide you?
All right, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just like, oh my God,
like
you're getting all the deets out. I'm like, I want to get there slowly.
All right,
So my question is, because I want viewers to understand, because like, okay, now we have an idea of what Burning Man is, but now I want them to understand, like, because I know you went out there with a group of people, but if somebody was organizing Burning Man for themselves, what type of resources and tools do they need to invest in before hitting that festival?
So as I mentioned, self-reliance. So one
Like,
thing,
what
all right,
is
so
the
the
equipment?
essentials. You want the essentials
Yeah, like
of
what is
Burning
the
Man.
equipment? Like
All
what
right.
is it that we're using so that we could survive?
As a very basic starter pack, if you're going to the burn. So I'm a big proponent of Hydro Flask. I would go with Camelback. Camelback is like a 1 gallon backpack of water that you keep on your back.
Matt, you look like you passed out.
I'm not even past that.
No, I'm just saying, this is how you look. I'm dead. Oh my god.
What's up, baby?
Unhinged. All right, so Camelback water.
I would say a Camelback, and then goggles are a must. Goggles with the sandstorms are very, very heavy. Shout out to the keffiyeh. The keffiyeh is amazing.
I would move more this side because you're the microwave. There you go.
framed
No,
live.
just because the microwave is blocking your face.
microwave?
The microwave. The
microwave.
microphone. The microphone is
We
blocking
got some
your
hot
face.
pockets, baby. We got some hot
dead.
pockets
I
in
cannot.
there. Not cold in the middle.
What do you mean?
So Hydro
What do you mean?
Flask.
So I would say Camelback, goggles. I would get a keffiyeh.
Is that the
Boots.
appropriate word for scarf? Keffiyeh.
Yes. Well, this is.
I'm like, what was that?
This is a keffiyeh.
Keffiyeh.
This is a keffiyeh.
We're getting cultured.
Yes, we are.
Awesome.
I'm educating your audience.
Education.
Shout out Jason and best friend Amit.
Yo, I'm done. Also, shout out to Nadine. Shout out to Nadine. She's in the check-in with us. It's good to see you again, my friend. So we're hydro flasking, goggles. But what about so for example, did you had to drive out there? So you
Yeah.
guys, were you in an RV? Are we in a car? Like, what is this looking like?
So it depends if you're gonna go glamping or if you're gonna go camping.
Okay.
So you need most people will want an RV.
Okay.
But the problem with the RVs is that you're most likely renting an RV.
Yeah.
So you're renting an RV, but nobody's gonna rent a burners because
Oof, we're gonna get into that.
A bike, yeah, nobody's gonna rent a fucking burners. You're gonna need a bike. A bike is essential. No bike, no burn. That is a rule.
So that's what you need to travel.
Yes, anywhere
Okay.
you want to go, you need a bike.
Okay.
So you could do the Walmart special where you go to Walmart, you buy a bike, you keep the receipt, and then you do your burn, and then afterward you go back to a Walmart. It's probably not the same Walmart. Go back, you return them the receipt, but you should hit the bike with vinegar. Vinegar is a necessary thing because the actual
playa dust?
the playa dust is acidic, and you need to wipe down your feet. You need to wipe down gear and stuff like that. It's the only way it'll break down.
Wow.
But
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
yes. All
So
right.
you cleaned Marvin's camera with vinegar?
I didn't. I cleaned some parts of Marvin's camera with vinegar.
Dead. Now you know, Marv. Now you know. Okay. So
I made it better.
okay.
I
so
blessed that shit.
I saw that on TikTok.
Thank you.
Right now, the videos that are going viral is the renters that are getting their RVs back.
Oh, really? Oh, you're getting that TikTok.
And you should have. I'm getting it all because I love Burning Man. I've never been to Burning Man, but it's a goal of mine to one day attend. I just feel like I want to attend and be fully prepared. Like I want to do this. I've been wanting to do it since I found out when I was the age of 16. I just want to go prepared.
It's hard.
I mean, it is definitely
it's a hard one. It's you know what the thing is? It's it's a lot of work for to rage, but the lessons you learn when you're when you're in the energy, it's fucking amazing. It's the best feeling.
And I can
in the world. It's
imagine
one of
how
the best feelings in the world.
magical it is. I just feel like, oh man, I guess equipment wise, and that's something that I was seeing on TikTok is and you're absolutely correct. People do not rent to burners because a lot of these people that have come on the TikTok videos, and I encourage you guys to definitely check them out. It's pretty interesting. A lot of the videos are so we got our RV back and the renters said they weren't going to Burning Man. And the thing is that the videos, they're sending it to like a detailer, like I don't know, what do you call those people? People who detail vehicles.
Yeah.
Is that
and
a
they're
detailer?
like, yo, fucking the detailer will take
No,
care
but
of
this
this
is
shit.
the thing. Check this out.
Oh,
So
man.
people are like, yeah, I'm getting my RV better than ever. Clean, aesthetically, it looks better than how they rented it. But the reason why they found out that they were at Burning Man is because of that playa dust. Because there's specific places that's going to be in. And a lot of the like RVs that got returned back, they clean the inside, the sides, but they forget the roof. And the roof has the accumulation of the playa dust. So
I don't even think
it's just interesting. Like you saying like people don't rent to burners. I mean, I see why. And I want us to get into like a little bit of like the rain that got into it. But I love the fact that you briefly talked about like community, because I don't know if you viewers know, but there is no exchange of currency in the festival.
Yeah.
So do you trade? Do you work for your meal? How does that work?
It's
Also, what type of meals did they have? I want to know what's the menu.
Fucking the best shit ever.
Shut up.
No, I'm serious.
Really?
I got tacos from a Michelin star chef in Los Angeles. Hood famous, ladies and gentlemen. It's all in the footage.
Oh, I can't wait for this footage.
Oh, it's so good.
So wait one second.
It's so good. It was so worth it.
But they have like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you should provide for yourself.
Of course.
And then be open to the universe giving you shit. Like,
okay.
But like, there's like everything there. It's great. There's like
pancakes.
Yeah, there's Waffle House.
Eggies?
There's waffles in house.
Eggies?
Waffles. Yeah, yo, bacon, egg, and cheese from a fucking New York deli.
That's
in the desert. Yo, it's fire.
No,
It's like
awesome.
a block away.
That was
and
awesome.
all of it's every spot is made to like give like stuff. Like you're supposed to give. Everything is a give. Like no matter. Like,
so do you say, "Can I have a bacon, egg, and cheese?" and they just give it to you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was one of the things. And that was actually one of my favorite parts of the whole episode was that even after the hurricane, there was a line out the fucking door for bacon, egg, and cheese. No matter what the natural disaster that is occurring, New Yorkers will fucking stand in line for an hour for a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, I want that bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup.
Oh, I saw one chick double fisting them. She's like, I'm bringing this for my friend. I'm like, no, you aren't, motherfucker.
I'm done.
You know, it's like, you're stocking up on rations because we're all gonna start looting in a day.
That's great, and we're gonna get into that as well.
And there wasn't any looting. There was misinformation. I don't know if there wasn't looting.
He's lying.
But there wasn't looting on
lying.
Sunday.
He's lying.
And I left on like Sunday.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Look at.
Oh my God. Hold on. We got Amanda in the check-in. Yo, I'm dead. She literally wrote what I said. She was like, I can't ride a bike, so I can't go. And not the fraud returns. I mean,
there are art cars, which is fucking amazing.
I've seen a lot of the art installations and they're beautiful, so gorgeous, so creative, so like out of this world. So like I feel like regardless if you're sober or if you're intaking something that is gonna heighten your experience, I feel like it's perfect.
You're on drugs.
Like
you're on drugs for a week. It's so beautiful. It's like really absurdist. Like
I love how Matt has this shadow of the neon light and he's like slowly getting nostalgia. He's like, this feels familiar. Because you keep talking to the light and I'm like, yo, he thinks he's at Burning Man right now. Yo, that tree is from Burning Man.
Actually, yeah, this is kind
I
of
can
like
see stuff in here being in this door would be at Burning Man, bro. Like literally, like
and then people would write on it and then yeah.
So
yeah,
I see it.
There's some beautiful shit there, man. But it's like my favorite was the art cars. The art cars are beautiful.
Okay.
But it's so there's art installations and then you go and then there are these like art cars. And the art cars are essentially mobile clubs with like crazy sound systems. There's DJs. It's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome.
That does sound awesome.
So, all right. So let me get into the story.
Okay.
So the first 2 days, the first day, so they don't rent to burners. We land in Salt Lake City because that's probably the closest city that'll probably rent an RV to bring to Burning Man.
What was your excuse?
What?
What was the excuse that they used? Why they needed
No,
an RV?
they were totally complicit. It's
Oh,
just,
so you were honest. You were like, we're going to Burning Man.
I mean, I wasn't in the whole renting negotiation.
Oh, okay.
But
I was like, damn,
uh,
they're just like, sure.
No. But like,
Because like, I don't know.
yeah, I'm like, we got an RV. Let's go. I'm going with experienced burners. I think Alex has been there like maybe like 8 times.
He's still in Burning Man right now.
No.
Nah,
He's
I'm
not. He
kidding.
came back. The escape story was great. The escape was
First
amazing.
day. What does this look like?
First day we land in Salt Lake City, and it's crazy because Salt Lake is like kind of the opposite of the playa. Not the opposite, but kind of like the playa with like water. Like you're swimming in the playa. Like, and I actually got sick. I got sick in Salt Lake. Because I swam in Salt Lake. I did like a little video intro. I'm like, this is Hood Famous. And fucking, you know what I mean? We're going to show you community.
You could get an amoeba parasite to eat your brain.
All right. Well, you know what? It
No, like that's so
might have
scary.
happened. Might have happened.
Oh my God, you're brave. Okay, so you jump into this lake.
Thank you, Marv. Thank you for caring.
You jump
Via-
into this
via
lake.
drop.
You get sick.
I get sick. So as we arrive to the playa, I'm like starting to fucking like, I don't know, I'm getting like a sore throat, like headache and shit.
Oh no.
I know, it's so, I don't know, I'm kind of pissed because I'm like, I'm
would
at
be pissed too.
Yeah, I'm at Burning Man. I'm like sick right now. I'm trying to wait for this shit to like pass.
Okay.
So first day, like Sunday and Monday are kind of like a fever dream. I think like Monday I got like really sick and I had like, I don't know. I was just like trying to like ice my head down and like, you know,
Oh
like
my
feel
God.
something. Yeah, I know. Like you can't bite, you can't do anything. Yeah, I can't even experience this like beauty that's around me. But you're still like, you know, you're in a sick state. And then like, you know, there's like a giant pirate ship on wheels that like comes by. And you know what I mean? There's like fucking everybody's wearing tutus. So I'm like, all right.
Captain Crunch over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
done.
fucking, so I get through it. And I'm trying to find ice, and I found this like thing of blueberries in the freezer, and I put like
what you found?
frozen
Blueberries in the desert?
I put frozen blueberries on my head to try to like I don't feel good. I wake up, I'm wearing one of these white t-shirts, blueberries is all melted. I'm just waking up. I just got mad blueberries on me.
Okay.
This is gonna come back later in the story. So anyway,
Okay.
so around like Tuesday, I start feeling good. I'm like, all right, like, you know, let's experience some shit. So I go in. My shout out to my roommate John Cohen. John was at Lunar's camp, so he was at this camp that does a hot air balloon with a DJ.
Sick.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Didn't really fly as much as it should because there was a lot of wind. Like the guy who owned the hot air balloon was like, yeah, if there's any fucking wind, I'm not doing it because the hot air balloon will tip and everybody will die.
Well, yeah, and
Well-
everybody's on drugs. They're like, look at this balloon. Woo!
Exactly.
That's part of the show.
It's beauty.
Burning Man. Like, yo, I'm just like,
Like, yeah, 3 people died.
I don't even know
Three
if
people died.
people will be concerned or going with
People
it.
start dancing around the corpses. and
It's like
shit,
it's part
yeah.
of the show.
No.
Yo,
No, yes.
wild.
Anyway.
Okay.
So, what's it called? So I go and I hang out with John, and then I'm starting. So it's the first night where we can actually rage,
Okay.
right? So we go.
You still have the blueberry stains on
No,
your
I
shirt?
don't have the blueberry
Okay.
stains. No, that'll
Okay.
come back later in the story.
Okay.
So, what's it called? So, so we're going out, we're raging. We have like, you know, a group of people, and we're going to this one club. There's this really good club at like 10 o'clock called District.
Oh,
And
yes.
Yes, District is the
It's with a K.
District
Yep.
is the shit, yo.
Shout out to District.
Yeah.
Shout out to my house music family. Mina Mendoza is a house music connoisseur, so you already know that I know what this is.
District is the shit.
It is.
District was awesome. So we go there, and there's so many people, like, you know. So we're there, and like this dude is DJing, and he has a great set. And there's this dude who's just waving the Moroccan flag. I thought it was the president of Morocco. Honestly, that was DJing. I was like, yo, this is obviously a politician. So then the cool thing about this spot is, and like all of these spots, is that it's so interactive that you can like climb it.
Yes.
So I climb to the top of District, and I'm there, and I see the crowd. It's like 1,000 people, and like feeling that energy is like unparalleled.
Euphoric.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I
You
can
just see
imagine.
everybody
I'm
like
getting
dancing.
jelly.
It's so good. We leave District, and then like we're like hanging out. We're like towards like the side, and then we see like a gathering of art cars, like a mile like deep down in Playa.
Yeah.
Right. So we're like, yo, let's go check that out. So we're there and we go. My buddy pulls out this French jester's mask. What
is that?
Like, you know, like those theater masks, like, you know, like the carnival shits.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Pulls out like a fucking a French jester's mask. Little on the sauce at this point. Not even the sauce, but it's like, yo, we're fucking hanging out at this time. Pull out this French jester's mask, and I'm like, oh, Bernice, bro.
Bernice.
Bernice. That's the name.
Bernice.
Like, I understand the Green Goblin
Not
after
Bernice.
after this trip, bro.
Okay.
Because Bernice has intentions of her own.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yes, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
All right, so come on.
Anyway.
I'm invested. Let's go. So we're chilling with Bernice.
So we go to these art cars that are like a mile down the road, and there's like a submarine, a fucking rocket ship, like a robot heart, like different things. like there's like 5 like huge art cars. There's like 5 DJs that are all linked together in like a circle, and there's just a shitload of people over there. So we go, it's fucking amazing. We get over there, and then we see people that are from our camp are on the submarine, and the submarine has like the active DJ. So we're like, yo, let's get on the submarine. Get on the submarine. We're vibing out. We got
was
on the
it yellow?
I think so. I think it was.
Okay. Shout out to the Beatles. Ow. I'm saying I'm cultured. I'm fucking cultured, bro.
We all live on a yellow
Yes.
submarine if you really think about it.
All right, so let's go. I'm invested.
So we get on this yellow. We get on the yellow submarine. The lady on the submarine's like, "You better fucking dance your ass off!" Like it was like Whiplash or some shit.
You got it.
So I'm like, "Yo, let's go, rockin' Bernice." Right, fucking just vibing out to the stars. Yeah, yo, house music
the
can
shit.
save the world.
Frequency, amazing.
Yes,
It's the frequency and the rhythm.
it can save the world.
Yes.
Like everybody was united via. I don't even like house music that much. Like I'm not
I
like.
bet you do now.
I am. I do now.
I'm glad that you saw the light.
I am now a connoisseur.
Marv, we gotta convert
I'm not
you.
a connoisseur.
Marv, we gotta convert you. Marv is like saying no. I'm like, yo, you don't even know.
Marv was listening to Lana Del Rey Ultraviolence. Don't try to mask me out with your drops, Marv.
No!
Yeah.
God! No! God, please, no!
Oh,
no! No! No!
All right.
So house music is the wave.
House music can save the world. That's that. For a brief moment, I'm looking at this crowd, and you're seeing everybody. You're seeing fucking, like I said, like Israelis
It's
and
universal.
Palestinians. It's beautiful.
It's universal because there's no lyrics.
Yeah, and
everybody can listen to it.
Everybody can listen. Everybody can. I don't even like. I'm not like fucking. You know, I can do the bachata dance sometimes,
Yo, not the
but I can't. But
bachata.
like house music's just like you're fucking. You're like You're
just vibing.
You're just vibing. There's no crazy.
And sometimes you don't even notice that you're dancing. It just comes naturally. Like it's just there.
Like I said, not a house music connoisseur. It was like people were like gravitating just because I was vibing heavy. And I was vibing because there were so many people there.
And you could be by yourself vibing too. And that's what I love about it. There's so like, I mean, I'm not there, but as a house music connoisseur, like that's why, if it wasn't for house music, Darius, my son, wouldn't even be born. Like, no, I'm dead serious. I say this all the time. Like, my son loves house music, and I try to educate people on house music.
That's crazy.
No.
She's a house baby.
He's a house baby. He
baby.
really is. Shout out to Darius. And it's something that is an environment of no judgment, free-spiritedness. I feel like you could vibe on your own or with a group of people, or you could go alone and meet people. It's like a really beautiful, dope experience. And I saw in some of your videos, I was a little jelly. You went to a Robo Heart party.
Oh, Robo Heart is that?
Yeah. So that's the heart that you climb on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I wanted to climb the Robo Heart. Honestly, I'll go into it because
I've been to the parties, but in New York, not in a desert. So I could imagine.
Wait,
that
there's
feeling.
a Robo Heart in.
There's
in New
parties.
York.
It's all day. So remember,
damn, bro. That's why I love this shit.
See, you don't remember, but I used to speak to you. I'm like, yo, there's all day I dream parties. DJ Lee Burridge, his whole people. Like, there's people that are like burning all year round. So definitely check out All Day I Dream. Shout out to DJ Lee Burridge and his whole gang. Shout out to Desert Heart Gang. Shout out to Robo Heart Gang. Like, this is my thing. I love this shit. I'm just not dirty. Like, I'm just like not dirty. But okay, so we're at the Robo Heart party. It's fucking awesome.
No, I know.
It's
It's fucking it's the greatest shit ever, yo. It's such
Did you climb the heart?
I didn't get to climb the heart. I climbed the submarine.
Okay.
So I climbed the submarine, and because the submarine had the active DJ, like there the other ones were like just waiting, like I
And you're
guess
just dancing your ass off because that's what you were
so
told
I'm
to do.
there and I'm rocking Bernice and I'm just like fucking like vibing with the whole thing. And the beauty of house music is that like even if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, people are like, yo, we just wanted to get on these good vibes. People started to fucking like flock to the top of this thing.
Yeah.
So I'm there, I'm rocking Bernice and I'm feeling the energy of like 1,000 people right now. Right. And it's like you're there and you're like, yo, this is amazing. Okay. There's a dude on the left hand side wearing this like flower coat. Fucking ninja flips though. There is a platform. I don't know if you can get a wide shot, Mark. There is a platform roughly the size of
Oh no, he's moving things. I'm like,
yo, there is a platform roughly the size of this thing. This dude fucking like ninja rolls.
Ninja rolls.
Like on this thing, starts dancing. I'm not gonna dance on it.
Yo.
Starts dancing on this thing, and I'm like, yo, I didn't even know that was a dance floor. I just thought it was like a rain guard for the DJ. Or some shit, you know what I mean? Like something to protect the DJ. So I'm like, yo, and then the guy just starts like hyping up the crowd, bro. And I was like, yo, that's gotta be the illest energy, bro.
Yes.
Like it's so good. Like it's such a good, and it was crazy. So we gave him Bernice, and Bernice fucking crowd goes crazy the second he goes in with the fucking with the fucking jester's mask.
Okay.
And then afterward, you know, we leave, and it's just like. I actually had a revelation, man. I had a fucking revelation right after that because it was weird because I'm like fucking like half naked, like, and it's like the night in the desert, but there's so many people. So I had a revelation after the shit. I'm like half naked, and then like once we start leaving, we start leaving this like congregation of people, right? And we're like starting to walk. Immediately, you start putting on shit. You know what I mean? And you start getting cold. So I was like, you could be naked amongst the community and feel warm, but if you're alone in the desert and you're wearing clothes, like if you're bundled up, you're still cold.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a weird. Yeah, thank you.
Deep.
I'll take a bow. Yeah, I know. I was like.
Deep. So what I want to do now, Matt, just because we only have 18 minutes left.
Let's go.
I want now if we could keep our answers more concise and just short and sweet, because I do want to ask a lot more questions. So I do want to get into the disaster videos, because there was also a lot of videos that came out that it rained.
Yes.
And that's when disaster broke out.
Oh, it was nuts.
Let's keep this short and concise. I'm going to go like this so we can move on.
All right.
Transition.
All right.
But tell me a little bit about that. What happened when it started raining?
So it was strange. It was like, I kind of had like flip sides of both, because like the day before that, I walked the desert like naked. And then the day after that, it was like heavy rain. But there was signs that like the rains were coming, because like that night, there was heavy dust storms.
Okay.
That were like engulfing, like you'll just see like a huge tornado of like that. And that was the most peaceful. Like that was one of my favorite parts of the entire experience, was the dust storms, was because like it's this moment of non-action where like this thing.
Aren't you happy I advised you to get the goggles?
You know what's fucked up is the reason I walked naked is because I went to go film a piece of Hood Famous for it, and I was like, all right, this guy's gonna drive me there and drive me back, and the guy was like, nah, we're gonna stay for like 6 hours. I'm like, I'm not gonna stay here for 6 hours. So I started walking across the desert, and I had no gear, I had no keffiyeh, nothing, so I just had like a white shirt. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this shit naked, and I walked across the desert naked. And you know what I mean? Like, but when it like happens, when you're in like the tornado of it, you have to like, you know, cover your eyes, and like it's beautiful. It's a weird experience because it's very like meditative. Like you everything stops. Like no matter what you're doing, you just have to wait for it to pass. And it's just you and your thoughts and you in stillness. And it's beautiful in that sense.
So you saw major sandstorms, and then you knew that a storm was happening. So let's talk about the water hitting the ground. What was that like?
Next day we get it starts pouring. Apparently there was like 3 years of rain for the desert in one day. Like it was like inches of rain, and it hasn't rained like that in Burning Man since like 2008 or some shit like that. Some shit. So what's it called? So we're there. I actually get a text message.
You had service?
No, I didn't. There was in and out service.
Okay.
Like you'll get a text message out of the blue, like out of nowhere. Like
Ding. Oh.
yeah. I actually put a post up because people were like, yo, what's going on? And I was getting I'm like, dude, like stop fucking hitting me up. I put a whole thing. I was like, yo, nobody hit me up until 9/4. So fucking I got a text message that's like kind of like business concerning. And I'm like, fuck, I really gotta like take care of this right now.
How? You're in a fucking desert.
Exactly. And it's raining in the desert. So I got a text message that's like, yo, and I'm like, yo, I gotta handle this shit right now. So there was one spot in the desert that had Starlink. It was called Whiskey, Wi-Fi, and Water. So I go to this spot. So I went to the spot.
WWW.
Yes. So
Okay.
yes, www.
Yeah.
Didn't even put that together until now. But anyway, so Whiskey, Wi-Fi, and Water was there, and I went there like 2 days before, like, you know, updated a bunch of people, whatever. And I'm like, yo, I got to get back to the spot because it's the only spot that has Wi-Fi. I got to like deal with this.
Yeah.
So while the rains are going, I put on my parka and I'm like, yo, I got to take care of this. I walk across the desert again. Now it's like completely like muddy, and it's not like the mud that's like, oh, this is just mud. Like it's like fucking like adobe, like mud, like it's like clay. So you go and like it doesn't like leave. Like if the mud is like there, it's like staying like this high. So you're walking on basically Balenciagas, bro. It's some crazy shit. So I'm fucking so we're there. Normally it'd take like an hour. It took me like 6 hours, but it was crazy because like it's this crazy opposite of like there's so many people out on the playa and everybody's biking and everybody's having fun to just dead silence. And there's a beauty in that as well. So I got to visit the man while there was like nobody there, but you still see people that are still making it there, and people are like holding each other. It's a beautiful community. I made it to the temple, and it's just the temple is for context is this like spot where people mourn their like losses, like I mean like their family members, dogs, you know, shit that's like they lost through the year. They burn it at the end of the burn. So I got to go and experience it again, and they're like, you know, I went in the beginning of the week and I went at the end of the week, and you just see how much has been added, and it's like you see like the power of this community. So you get back, I visit the burn, and I walk over there, and like, you know, there's some camps that are still open, people are still partying, but like, you know, they're like, you know, people are just like trying to like navigate the mud. You see like fucking people just like walking like naked, you know.
Yeah, I've seen cars that are like maybe permanently stuck there. Because
I'll get into that. I'll get into that. There's more to the story. So fucking I make it to Whiskey, Wi-Fi, and Water, and the place doesn't exist anymore.
I'm dead.
It took me like 6 hours. I go there, and then another chick. Anyway, so place doesn't. I'm like walking up and down this avenue, and this place isn't even there. Another chick is there, and she's like, "Yo, you looking for Whiskey, Wi-Fi, and Water?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Is this place still like open?" I'm like, "Just looking for the Wi-Fi hotspot." Chinese guy comes out of nowhere, right? And is like. He's like, are you guys looking for? He's like, come to my camp. We have all we have all the pleasantries at my camp. I'm like, whatever. At this point, I walked 6 hours. Let's just go to Chinese camp. Chinese are fucking balling. Chinese are balling. They have like a fucking like state of the art kitchen, Starlink, premium bar. You know what I mean? But everybody's like, I'm like, where the fuck am I right now?
Yo,
you know
for real.
Yo, I'm like, I walked like 6 hours in the rain. I'm like kind of tripping out like a little bit. I'm like, all right, get Wi-Fi, deal with the thing. Chinese guy's like, here for your trouble. Gives me a liter of Patron. A liter of Patron. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? I gotta walk like fucking like another like 5 hours to fucking like to get back. Gives me a liter of Patron, and I'm like, I have my Camelback. I empty the liter into my Camelback. So I'm drinking Patron out of a bag.
Oh my god, Matt, you're in a desert.
Was it?
How are you hydrating?
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Oh my god.
Get back. Thank you. Give me another clap. Thank you.
My stomach just hurt.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Okay, so we got the Patron and the Camelback.
Patron and the Camelback. We got the Wi-Fi. We handled all the business.
Right.
Right. We head back. head back to the man, and it's like the rain keeps going. I see a fucking a turtle shell in the middle of the desert, and I'm like, I gotta like seek refuge because there's like when there's like sandstorms
You
and shit.
found Patrick's house from SpongeBob.
Yo, I crawl into this turtle shell.
And you would crawl under there, bro.
Everything is turtle themed. I read Dr. Seuss's Yertle the Turtle.
I'm done.
And I'm just like drinking Patron out of a Camelback reading Yertle the Turtle. Fucking crawl out of the spot. Start, you know what I mean? It's like there's like little art installations. There's people that look like people but are also like computers. Like you know what I mean? You're just bugging out a little bit. And it's also like there's nobody there. So it's kind of spooky. Finally get back to 9 o'clock. Keep walking past. I finally get to the pyramid. The pyramid is like the landmark of like where my camp was.
Okay.
So finally get back to the pyramid. Still film a little bit of Hood Famous. Starts raging a little bit. You know what I mean? There's a couple like clubs that are still going. Like nobody gives a fuck. People are running out of rations. I went into one's place. They're just making bacon and cheese. Just bacon on top of cheese. Not that bad though. Bacon cheese. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it was delicious.
Okay.
Get back to the camp. Next day, the camp's like, we're all regrouping. We're like, we got to get the fuck out of here. Like, we got to get the fuck out of here. Change our flights.
And that's my next question, because we do only have 9 minutes left. If we could talk about what that experience was
the
like
escape?
leaving. Yeah.
The escape was the craziest part.
Because I feel like you kind of wake up from reality now, because it's like, oh, now I gotta go back to that world.
We're getting reports that are like, you're not going to be able to leave till Wednesday. On a good point, you're not going to be able to leave. My flight's on Monday. I'm like, you're not going to be able to leave till Wednesday or Thursday. And then like there's an entire city that has to exit us off of one road.
Yeah.
So it's like 14 hours, 18 hours of just waiting to leave the city. So change our flights. Sunday we kind of rage a little bit. Monday comes and Monday comes and I'm there and I go to this like Wi-Fi spot. We find like closer Wi-Fi. And I come back from the Wi-Fi spot and they're like, yo, pack your shit, we're leaving. And I'm like, no fucking way. And I'm like, dude, the fucking road is mud right now. There's no way we're going to fucking leave.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, dude, if we keep up speed, we're going to fucking leave. And I'm like, whatever, bro. I'm with the fucking truck.
That's kind of scary, because Diplo literally bounced in someone's truck and had to leave in a crazy ass way.
He walked and then hitchhiked.
With Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Chris Rock and Diplo on the back of a Jeep, bro.
I didn't know Chris Rock was a burner.
2023. Listen, a lot of people are burners.
Yeah, that's what's
Don't
beautiful.
judge the burners.
It's a beautiful, it is the most uniting. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be a fucking American.
All right. Yo, that was bad. Yo, Mark, that was bad. He was running through the desert.
I was. Naked. Yo, naked, bro.
Yo,
naked.
All right, hold on.
Still got sand in my ass.
Hold on, because we got short in time. All right, so we're
in the escape. We're in the escape. Come on, we gotta do this fast.
We're running.
So we run through the desert. So we get everything up. Well, let's pop the trailer up. Bum, 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 bum. Right. So we have a Dodge Ram, an RV. Dodge Ram, RV. Create a convoy. I'm in the RV with the Florida man. And then there's my office landlord and his girlfriend and fucking and a $100 million fucking Bengali programmer. Sure. Whatever.
Wow.
These are the situations that are in this fucking thing, right? We're driving past the thing. We get out to, I'm like, dude, there's no way we're going to be able to fucking do this.
Yeah.
In the 4-wheel drive, we get to the open playa, right?
Yeah.
Keep up speed, right? So we're there. And there's like little things, and you're seeing a bunch of people, and there's all footage of this shit. I can't wait. The Hood Famous dropping soon.
Yeah.
Ding. What's it called? So we're there, and there's a bunch of fucking like cars that are like sunken into the mud, and yeah. So then there are like ravines where people tried to like drive through, but now the water is like going through, and it's like kind of like a fucking canal
like
situation.
A mudslide type shit.
Go through that shit. And I'm wearing the blueberry shirt. Because I'm like, yo, my shirt's gonna get fucked up today. Might as well wear the blueberry shirt.
There you go.
Go through the ravines. Looks like a Dodge commercial. Oh, like a rock.
I'm dead.
Oh, like a rock, bro. Yes. Fucking get through the ravines. There's mud fucking flying everywhere. We finally get to the end of the fucking of the exit, and there's like, you know, there's a couple people that have made it. There are people that are getting stuck while they're at the exit, which is a little fucked up. Bureau of Land Management doesn't want to help anybody because there's like a stay in place order, like a shelter in place order, like for the spot. I'm on top of the ram, like just taking footage of everything, right? So we get out there and we turn around and my buddy's gone. Still, like, we're like, yo, where is he? Turn around, we find him. He's like 4 feet stuck in the mud. Like, yeah. We're like, he's like, yo, go, come and help me. And I'm like, we're like, yo, we don't even have any tools. So we fucking go. We get back to the exit, get through the exit. CNN is at the exit. I go up and I'm like, yo, let's go. Go to CNN. I'm covered in blueberries, drinking Patron out of a Camelback. I go up, I do the CNN interview. Fucking, they cut the shit out of the first 2 fucking takes, whatever. So anyway, we go drop so we drop the RV off because now we're on a rescue mission because now this guy's like 4 feet in the mud. We have no tools.
You left them and went.
No, we left the RV like a mile up the road. So we leave. Okay. The tires are finally touching the fucking road. The road.
Yeah.
Leave the RV, pick up a bunch of rocks and like sticks, whatever the hell we can do to be able to like try to wedge this guy out.
Yeah.
Get back to the road, and the bureau, like the rangers and the cops are like, nah, like once you leave, you're not going back in there. It's a state of emergency. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, and we're getting calls from like the officer. He's like, yo, come and get me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo.
You can't leave me.
We go through this service road and we're like on like somewhat dry land, but you know, keeping up speed. You see this one dude who's there and he's like, you know, he needs a tow. He's stuck in the mud and he's like, yo, I'll give you a tow hitch if you could tow me out. We start towing this guy out, bro. Tow this guy out, gives us a tow hitch, and then like another Lexus joined in during the time, and we start towing mad people out and gaining more tools as it happens. And people are like, yo, you want any money? Do you want anything? We're like, yo, no, it's all good. You know what I mean? It was beautiful. It was so beautiful because it was like giving back to the community and all this shit. It was like, it was wonderful. And like, you know, people were giving us stuff to be able to go and help other people to get out of the mud. Like, and that is the essence of the entire thing, is like resilience, fucking giving. And it's a beautiful, beautiful energy. And I recommend anybody to do it, regardless of the situation. It's not a vacation. It is for your fucking human growth.
Yes.
Anyway.
Facts of life.
So anyway, we're towing mad people out. We finally have enough tools. We tow my buddy out, and then this team of there's a bunch of Israelis that are there. We're towing out this RV. Israeli guy's like, yo, can he give you any money? Can you give me anything? I'm like, no, it's all good. He's like, here, take this. Pulls out shitload of ecstasy. So that's
I mean, shit.
We didn't take the ecstasy because that is illegal. So anyway,
okay.
So we fucking tow out all these people, and like then we escape, like we both escape out, and then your tires are just hitting the thing, and you're there, and you're like,
freedom.
Yeah, and you know, it was beautiful, and like everybody, just the giving and the community and fucking how people come together as a tribe, and seeing, like, you know, and you have your own personal like journey and your own thing for it. I recommend it to everybody, man, because it's like, it's not a vacation. It's a little expensive too.
It's an experience.
Yeah, it is an experience, and I recommend that experience to anybody. And I recommend the community is so beautiful. It's like, there's like negative connotations with these fucking influencers and shit, like, you know, but it's like, dude, like, it really is like, at the essence, it is a burn. And it's like, you know, like, we're only here for a finite amount of time, and we're only here to be able to create things for other people to enjoy. Like, you know, like, if you have a cup of water, give it to your neighbor. If you have some food,
just
you
share.
know, just share it. Be very inclusive of everybody. Gays, fucking Ukrainians, fucking Russians. Every single person is welcome at the table. Yeah. And no matter what you are, and like, you go and you help everybody. My CNN thing was a little like, you know, the opposite. I was like, because I wanted to see like the hypocrisy like come through, because it was becoming chaos. But it was beautiful, yo. It was a very beautiful experience, and I thank everybody for the opportunity to have the experience. Like, shout out to Alexander Kidd, Christina, Ambrose, Ashik, Paul, and Zolti. Yo, that was wonderful.
And this, my friend, concludes our interview. So one thing I definitely want to say is, first of all, thank you, Matt, for blessing us with the presence for 2 times already. I feel like I can't wait for the 3rd time. I'm like, I don't even know what to expect this 3rd time, you know? So, but I'm here for it. I would say, before we leave, I do want you to give the viewers where they can find you, all your handles, especially you kept talking about Hood Famous TV. So please, all the handles, please give them out. And yeah.
So if you want to see footage of the story that I just described, Hood Famous on Bravely is coming out soon. Thank you. You could reach me at Matthew Zeitoun on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, fucking all the shit. I don't know. Yeah, and also check out Afternoon FM if you want to like see the local artists in North Jersey. Just like talk about like their life stories. Been putting them up, starting to put a little bit more out. I'm sorry for the people I owe episodes to, but they will be coming out soon because the software update is finally fixed. Anyway, but. Damn, that is a good sound effect. Yeah, Matthew Zeitoun, Mina Mendoza, thank you so much for having me.
As always, a pleasure, my friend. And this concludes our episode. So yeah, guys, you're going to catch me here next Thursday, 7 p.m. live. You already know, nothing changes. It's your girl, Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of motherfucking Spice. Mark, take us out of here. I'm done. He cut it out.